Hello and welcome back. We are going to clean up a little bit. We're continuing to look at some sort of the background data that we want to track. Lately, we've been working our way into passing values in. So as we go in here, we edit a roadmap, and then we, for example, want to create a new time frame. Then we are pre-populating our roadmap, but we're doing it here by sending variables in. And I'm going to take a look at another approach to doing this, which is probably cleaner to some extent, but it does have some issues that you can run into based on browser, but I at least wanted to touch on it. And that's the idea of putting stuff into the session. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to, let me jump over here. When we select a roadmap, then we're going to set a session value of our current ID. And what we're going to do there is, and it's not too complicated to do, so we've got, let's look at roadmap. So we list, we can either create one or we can edit one. Now creating one is we're going to need the ID of what we built. And when we create one, we actually ended up, let's go look at this real quick because I don't think we need it. So if we come here and we create a new roadmap, I'm going to do, let's do annual goals 2022, get ahead of ourselves a little bit and save a record. And so here it's going to bring us back here. So we don't really have to worry about it on the create. We're just going to do it on the edit, which is awesome because we know exactly what the idea is. We don't have to do something where we insert a record and then get the returned ID. We actually have this. So we go into edit roadmap because they're going to click here and they give us an ID. So all we're going to do is we're going to right away say if they're authenticated, then we can actually do something here. And we're going to just say request, whoops, if I can spell it right, .session, and we're going to call this, we'll just call it RMID equals ID. So now we have set a session variable. And what we can do is here when we do edit, and then, for example, create, before we were tacking on the ID, we don't need to do that anymore. So when we go to roadmap edit, and we go here, we were creating this RM equals RMID, and I'm going to actually get rid of that. So now we're just going to create a time frame. And when we do create time frame, which is TF, which let's make sure I got that right, that goes to create time frame. Create time frame, there we go. So what we want to do here is we're looking for it in the request. Now we're going to look for it in the session. And we're really only going to change this a little bit, is we're just going to say request.session. And we called it RMID. And we do it like that. So now we're going to check that within the session. Now there's some things we could do. We could create like essentially a function that checks a session and pulls some values in. But we're just going to keep this as part of, so we could take these little things and bundle this text up and do it as part of something that we return back. Do these checkings and settings, but we're not going to bother with that right now. We're just going to keep it very simple, inline code. There will be some duplication, so we'll look at like create time frame, and there will probably be, let's see what we do, like an edit time frame. Edit time frame. Oh, well, I guess in that case, we don't have to worry about it in the edit time frame. Well, we did do it here. So let's change that up. So here we said if it was in the session, that's going to be, well, what did we have before? Let's take a look at that real quick. Before, Oh, which is actually a problem there because we were checking it in the get, but it actually should have been in the post. So I'll call a little bug there. So that should be in the post. Oh, because we pass a roadmap in. So here we can do, actually this is in both of these. So we're going to do in request.session. And we're going to do, we got to clean this up a little bit. So if RMID and request.session. Actually, is that the same thing? Then we can take that. Oh, so let's go back to, that was at the bottom. So if we go here, I think that was at the bottom. Yeah, here we go. So let's just go ahead and sort of steal that code and clean that up. So else, this was if, we're going to see if he's there, but here he's going to do the, well, we can just do this. We can call him roadmap. RMID equals that, okay. And then here, we can do the same if he's in the, and actually now we don't have to check whether it's in the post or the get. Now we can just simply come through here and say regardless, we're going to say if it's in the session, then we're going to go ahead and pull that thing out. So that gives us for editing. So now, and we can probably find, so that was within, well, we're probably in pretty good shape. So if we go to here, if we go to, I think we're probably good. Let's see. Go test it out. So now let's go. And if we edit, let's go edit here. And this is our overall annual goals. Let's edit this and let's say overall, let's see, personal. We do personal goals. And it's an annual, so we're going to save that record. And, oh, that was interesting. We ended up posting here, so now it's, so annual goals here. If we look here. Oh, we didn't say, oh, I'm sorry, because this is a roadmap, and then we go to personal goals, and we go here, and let's see, so does this return to 2021? It does. Oh, let's take a look at that link real quick. Make sure that we've got, yep, we're not sending it up there. If we do create time frame, are we sending it here? We are. So if we look at, this is time frame with child, oh, because that's the, oh, that is the roadmap. So let's fix that one. I thought we had that somewhere else. So let's go here. And when we do edit time frame, we had that. I think we also need I think we had another create time frame. Let's edit. Did we call it? Yeah, here it is. Down here at the bottom, create time frame. We've got that one fixed. So, okay, so we're probably all right. We can go to the time frame, I believe it's time frame edit, and we don't have to send the roadmap anymore. And we also had it here, so we don't have to do it as part of the edit. So let's make sure we got both of those. I think we did. So there's create time frame and edit time frame. And that's where we clean that up. So we should be good there. So we've got personal goals, and let's go back up here and let's create, this is going to be annual personal goals, and he doesn't have a time frame parent. We're going to save the record, and then, we got to clean this one up. So when we do this is all time frames. So we'll take a look at that in a second. Well, not in a second, but we'll take a look at that a little bit later. So now let's go back to our roadmap. We have our personal goals. We're going to create a time frame, which is going to be professional goals. And we'll call it annual professional goals. Well, we'll just keep it that because it is an annual time frame. We've got a roadmap. We're going to save our record. And we can create a time frame here. So let's do that. Oh, so here we go. ID expected. So here where we do this P, we're not getting something back. So let's take a look at that. Let's back it up. So when we do create time frame of this one, let's take a look at this guy. So this guy is over here. He doesn't have anything. If we go to edit professional goals and do create a child time frame, let's see. So one, I'm still seeing this RM equals 1, so we've got to fix that. So that was in edit, I guess. Yes. So editing a roadmap is still got a link that we don't need. Let's see here. So we don't need that anymore. And then we went to edit professional goals, create time frame. I think this is the one that broke. Oh, no, it didn't. So why was the P? Oh, I think when we create it, we were not properly filling this out. So that's what we need to do. And so that's a little bug that we'll fix. We'll come into that next time, actually, because what we'll do is when we create a new time frame, we can't immediately do this create time frame. So we need to have something where it doesn't display this until we have a time frame ID. If we're creating a new one, then we don't have the values, because here this create time frame is actually filling this out. And actually what we're going to do is we're going to correct that as well. So everywhere we have this P, we're going to also have, so we have create a time frame record here. So this is going to be where we have this. We're actually going to be, let's call this, we're just going to do it TFID. I assume that is the, oh, that's the parent. So let's do that. We'll keep it there. We'll call it P. We'll keep it that way. So parent is request.session. If he is in that request.session, then we're going to do request.session P. And then data.parent. So we need to find where we were using parent. Oops, let's do it that way. And let's see. So here it was in the post of a time frame. And so let's see if request.post time frame, which was going to be the parent. So this is an editing. Okay. So, well, we want to tweak this a little bit. So when we come into a task, editing a task, then parent is here. But what we need to do is say, as we get through, so if we get one, then we need to do the request.session. Whoops. We need to set its parent is going to be equal to, oh, I'm sorry, it was a P. Is going to be data dot where did I set that? Where did I set that? Data dot parent. I think it's just data dot parent. So let's do that. Oh, but it's not. Oh, it's not. It's going to be actually data dot time frame. We'll take a look at that guy real quick. And so here, we're going to have to finish this one up next time. So that's a time frame period, but a task has is a time frame. So we get down to here, we need to set here. It's going to be his, so that'll be the parent. That's like basically the time frame we're currently in. And this is going to get a little more complicated because we could have essentially a task, a series of these going in. So I think what I want to do is wait and tackle that next time around. So hold that thought, and we'll come back in our next episode, and we're going to continue working on this. And this is going to be two things. We're going to look at our time frames, being able to access a current parent, and then with the tasks, making sure that we're updating that parent as we go, which again is where the session management of this stuff can get a little bit complicated. But that being said, I'll let you get back to it. So have yourself a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you next time.